Chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Sells.
Hello and welcome to part two, the final part of season 3. We've got a final Kelly's Corner of season 3 until season 4, which will probably be about next week. So yeah, it's been a journey, season 3. Let's hope. And we've seen a lot of it the last couple of years since we started this. Oh, just Gull'S I view as a massive curse on the whole thing. I'm not too sure, but we'll find out this season.
And also, Sam, maybe you won't have to say where's rock bottom again, because maybe we have hit it. You're just never quite sure when.
No, we probably did at some point. Yeah, definitely. It'd be instead, it'd be like, oh, is this the best it will ever be? I don't know. That's the one win, best game of the season. Right, so go on, Tom, take us away.
The final Kelly's Corner of the season. So
Yes.
we just asked for your thoughts about the takeover, anything that's happened so far at the club. On Facebook and Twitter, once again, thank you to everyone who wrote in. It means a lot to all of us that you'll continue to watch and support us and get involved. So thank you very much once again, Yellow Army. On Facebook, so I've got Nick Pontins who says, to me, yesterday was a strange day. We received confirmation of what we already knew, Watton and Warnock. We still need to exit administration, but that looks like a formality now. The next part could be really exciting. The rest of the managerial team and players for the season, very exciting times ahead. Got Craig Hughes, who says a great appointment for the club, getting Paul Watton in, along with Neil Warnock, who's got so much experience and contacts. We are definitely in safe hands. It's also good to hear they are planning to do a bit of maintenance around Playmore. Positivity begins now, and it's exciting this next chapter. It'll be interesting to see what players stay and who comes in. I personally expect a few Truro lads to join us and Watton. Hopefully we can get that Tyler Harvey. He's a good striker at this level. Paul Watton's Yellow Army.
Can I just interject there, Tommy? Something you just said there about the maintenance. I've got to get this off my chest because it does my head in. If there's any little bit of money, or there's anyone who's trained who can do it as part of the volunteering of it, can they please consider getting rid of that wall by the toilets, by the corner, by the family stand and Bristow's bench? Because that wall serves no purpose, does absolutely nothing, and just bungs everything up and means that it takes 15 minutes to go to the toilet after the game when it could take 2 or 3 if you just had a nice couple of steps, little queuing system, nice open area where you can queue up, go in, get it sorted, come out again. Not queue, always end up in the ladies, be in the food queue. You have to get out of the way, breathe in, walk into people. If they could sort that, lovely.
Is that
that's been building?
Gents? Is that
Yeah. Christ. I'm glad you got off your chest. It's been building.
It has. I was looking at the end of the season. I was just thinking, what does that wall actually do? Just nothing. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Is that your rant of the season done?
No, it could be. Yeah. I can't do it myself because I'm useless at DIY. But if someone can do that, that'd be super.
I won't do it.
No. Harry Locke says it's amazing that just a few weeks ago we had large portions of the fan base seemingly up in arms and would rather have seen padlocks on the gates than a potential semi-pro/hybrid Torquay United Football Club. Anyone who listened to the press conference can see we have people in charge who understand football with good connections and experience at this level, who can let us work within our still large budget and expand on Torquay as a football team and a business. Bring on the new season and let's get behind the boys. And finally on Facebook, Ross Warner, he did message me to say he's got quite a long post. So thank you, Ross, once again. He says, the future is bright. The future is yellow. New owners, local businessmen who don't know about running the football side. Who cares? We'll bring in Neil Warnock. Needs an experienced young hungry boss. Bring in Paul Watton. I'm absolutely over the moon. Downs would have been nice to have some sort of role at the club, but I'm sure we all wish him the very best for the future in the game. It's great to not have to see Edward strutting around like he's something when in reality him and his mate Osborne nearly killed us. Wish Mel all the best for her future, as her family have done a lot for the club over decades and she was a scapegoat of sorts, as she would have been outnumbered on any vote by the other two. Goals for the league, start to dream again as the whirlwind starts again. George cannot wait until his first full game of the season. Talking till I die. Yellow Army. So that's all on Facebook. And then we go on to Twitter. So we've got Steve who says this feels more like Torquay United owners who care and are just as passionate about the club as its fans. The club has sunk to new depths, but we're now looking at a brighter future ahead. Richard Heatham says, on the face of it, everything you could want from the owners, open, honest, and transparent. Openly talking to the media, involvement with the TUS to help spruce up Playmore, plus the introduction of Watton and Warnock. It's a masterstroke. It feels like a new era. Bring it on and come on, you yellows. Alan Will says the amount of media content from the Bryn Consortium and the new management team has been amazing. They're using all available channels such as radio, TVs, podcasts, and social media in order to keep the community fully informed of their plans and progress. It's so refreshing. I'm Spartacus says, unbelievable, Jeff. I haven't felt this optimistic about the Gull'S prospects in many years. We have owners who are proper fans, Neil on the board with unrivaled football knowledge and contacts, a manager in Paul who'll know what it takes in this league and will do what it takes to get us promotion. And finally, Yellow Lurker says, a determined fan base always wins in the end.
Yeah.
And that is everyone on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you once again to everyone who contributed. It doesn't go unnoticed by us four. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, fully behind that. Yeah, wow. What a great fan base we have. Right.
So the next question, Swan, has got to be who are we keeping? Who are we not keeping?
Oof.
Right. If only I was about to say that.
No, you were not.
I'm the one that interrupts Chris. Come on now. I'm the one
in your job, Swanee. He's eyeing your job.
And interrupts everyone else because I get overexcited. Right.
We're going to need a new presenter when he's gone to higher levels. So I was just
right, Chris,
audition there.
Chris, what's the next thing we're doing then?
Are we going to talk about who should keep and who we shouldn't keep?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a long way of doing this. There's an ease of this.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's imagine a scenario. You are Paul Wootton. Okay. And then you go into the
amazing.
door. Oh, yeah. Good.
I like this.
Didn't realise I like Plymouth as much. Right. And you've been given, let's say, a decent budget, similar to last season. We presume that. You've also got a bit of potential to full-time, part-time, hybrid, all that. But what players are we keeping? And now I'm allowing a bit of leeway from this because you can have there's three options, right? Keep, absolutely not. Well, okay, we'll say it nicer. No, it hasn't quite worked out. Or which is one which is like in the middle. So that means
possibly
if there's like if they lower their role wage or if like targets aren't there. Does that make sense?
Should we go for the modern business model of red, amber, green, a RAG status? Red, amber, green.
Right,
that'd be good.
It's good. And before we say, if anyone's watching and we we're sorry. Okay, it's a cruel business. And if we do say someone and then they end up signing for us and doing really well, that doesn't mean you can go, you wrote them off. And if we do sign them, inevitably like Dylan De Silva, any player that's left us recently and done a lot better, doesn't also mean we're saying we're terrible. Just right now, if you're the manager, what would you do? Right, how are we going to do this? So we can go through positions or just straight up players you keep?
Should we go numerical?
Yeah, all right.
Shall I go and get a program?
Yeah, program out for the lads. Right, we'll keep talking for that. Shall I get a squad list up? Right, you keep talking.
Shall I go and get a program? Or not?
Yeah, whatever's easiest. Do it old-fashioned way. Come on, easiest what's get programs.
Yeah, I love a program. Yeah, I have it on the table during the season. It's not there now.
The one time you needed it. Come on now, Chris.
Just for show, surely.
For me, I won't be keeping. I can say it's now. It's only a couple. I just want a complete rebuild.
I don't think anybody's going to be keeping 15 to 20 players.
And also, this one player contracted. Are we saying it's Booth or Archer? Because we have no confirmation.
I believe it's Booth.
It is Booth, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, here I come. I've got it.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's two players. I'm in the middle. Right, go on. Read them through.
Number 1, Mark Halstead. Red, amber, green.
I'm going to say red. I'm sorry.
Red.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mark, but it is red.
Sorry, Mark.
Really nice chap, but I think it's time for something new.
I think it depends on last, unfortunately. Sorry,
but it always depends on the alternatives, doesn't it? But I would say red. I would say red.
I just think we can get a younger keeper. I just think we can get a younger keeper who, I think Halstead, he redeemed himself second season, but last season I just thought he just underperformed for me. And
he started this season well.
Oh yeah, I want a strong keeper who's going to come out and claim crosses and just give his defence and fans confidence, and it just hasn't quite happened yet.
Different voice at the back.
Yeah, just try something new. Nothing against
save some shots. Save some shots of goal on the floor as well.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he can get some good teams in the Conference North, I feel. So,
Lone players are exempt from this, by the way, so we're not talking
Yeah.
about Jude Boyd.
because he's
Dan
class and
Martin.
everyone's on him. Red.
Red.
And it's
double
just-
red.
It's just down to
Right.
it's just down to fitness, though, isn't it? Because his first season, I thought was absolutely superb. We were thinking, oh, he could go like Football League Championship here, but then the injuries and then long COVID. I mean, it's absolutely nasty
Yeah.
illness. How we got a contract, I'm not overly sure, to be honest, because he just wasn't fit to play.
Lazy,
It's a big shame.
Barry Johnson recruitment.
It was,
Yeah.
and we've got to be stuffy.
Lazy
so,
recruitment, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
absolutely lazy. So
Tom
yeah.
Lapsley,
Oh, Amber. It's on a lot of things, really.
Oh.
It's about budgets. It's about I love Tom Lapsley so much, honestly. What a guy. But
Did you have a
it's just
photograph of him at some point?
yeah, I did, yeah. It's just I just feel like maybe
is it in here?
He's-
Might be.
it might be. I just feel like it could be opportunities for him elsewhere. With a first team wage, I imagine he would have. I just feel like maybe there we go. Very
Where is it?
yeah.
Oh.
Somewhere.
Hang on. Just need to try and
We've
position
seen it
myself
all.
to get it.
Bad trim
Yeah.
on that day as well.
What are you saying, Tom?
No, it's either, is it?
It's amber or green. I think because of the fitness, because maybe just he might be the player that Woodson needs, but it's just like I want to almost just have a completely fresh outlook. I'll tell you what though, if he does go and I sponsor him again, it's gonna be bloody awkward next year, isn't it?
Well, I am part, of the TLAS group.
I
but
am.
maybe
I love the bloke,
controversial.
but-
I'm really sorry, but I have to say Red just because of his injury record.
Yeah, that's what put me off. That's what I know. It's been a bit better this season, but if you're having a first team wage, and there's just the injuries over the years and consistency, and it's a
Fundamentally,
shame.
as a footballer, you need to be playing games of football.
Yeah, it's so
And he
hard.
hasn't.
'Cause
He
I think he's
didn't do that enough.
If we
It's
if
a
he
red-
signs again, if
red
he signs
for
got-
me.
again,
He isn't getting
I
any
wouldn't-
fitter. He moves at refs too much.
Yeah, the refs as well. I just felt like
Time
he
to
needs to
go,
lead by
unfortunately.
example a bit more. I do also feel like if you got a new deal, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I'd be like, Woodson will get the best.
Yeah,
out of it.
yeah.
If he got a new
So,
deal,
yeah.
I would
wouldn't
not be
opposed to
disappointed.
it.
But I just think it's an amber for me because of the games. I would look at different kind of players. I just think maybe a fresh start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom.
Austin Booth's under contract, so do we need to do Ross Marshall, or
essentially.
should we just get
Green all the way. Ross Marshall.
Yeah.
He provided
All
the
right.
entertainment last season. My mate Mark nearly
My
getting
God.
knocked out at Hampton by him.
Yeah.
My God.
Moving on.
My
Asa
God.
Hall.
Oh,
Red.
amber. It's circumstantial. I think it's time for a new one, but he's still first team level. It's just again, it's the games, and if he's a player coach, keep. But if we can afford that model, but
I am not in all of this.
Elsewhere.
Not speaking about him specifically, but in all of this, we need to keep a core of squad. You can't just sign a whole new squad. It's not that simple. Get rid of them all and start again. It's not as simple as that. And I think you need a core of people who understand the club, have seen good, have seen bad, and have got the ability to relate to what they're trying to do. And I think he is somebody. Is he going to play 46 games? No, he's not. But I think we saw
if he
he's
is
not
signed,
midfielder
sign him as
anymore.
a centre back. Sign him as a centre
Yeah,
back.
he can play defensively. I think I'm right in saying that Watton team played as a 3 when we played them last season. So there's a chance that we would see that again.
I'm amber for that reason.
And I just think to have him around the club. Yeah,
depends on the wage as well.
Amber towards green.
Yeah, I love Ace. One of my favourite talkie players the last 5-10 years. You know, he's just absolutely superb. But you've got to say no at some point to these like legends and favoured personnel in the club, don't you? And this
I think that might be 12 months' time.
Yeah, maybe because it ended really strong.
Dom.
Oh, definitely a red. Dressing room needs new leaders, different captain. Sorry, Asa, it's time to go. 38 is he this season? No, not for me.
Darkest shade of amber. I still think he offers.
We haven't drank enough.
Yeah, I think he just still offers us something there. I get what Chris says. I get what Dom says. I think he wants to go into coaching at some point, and I think he's a good man as well. I think he'd be a good face for the club.
I'll tell you what, it's a good job we're not Paul Watson, isn't it? We'd be like,
I would say just amber. Just.
See, if I was playing Football Manager, I would be like, no, because I'm like, I just look at age and like games, and I'll be like, no, let's start not something new, but because it's like a more human element. Maybe I'm scared
I'm
of
just-
conflict as well. So it's
I've just been trying to think what amber towards green is. So I need my children here because they do that colour mixing thing at school. I need to know what that is. What is that? I don't know what that is. Aaron
I think for
Jarvis.
me, circuit green. I don't care that last season didn't work. It's green. Give him
Green.
get the numbers out on table and the screen. He probably won't. He's got a National League move lined up. But green, if you get him in the right,
I think it'd be a statement of intent if he
build
stayed.
the team around him, play to his strengths, get balls into the box, get at him, play to his feet, get him running with the ball, get him in the right frame of mind. He scores 20, 30 goals if he stays fit. He is a ridiculously talented player.
I think you have to say green just because I think any club at this level will want an Aaron Jarvis. I think there'll be, again, clubs in the National League will want Aaron Jarvis. So I think you have to say green just for that.
And if you play a Talking Night Football manager, he carries you.
The only thing I would say is if you look at his injury record over the last few years, last season wasn't not in keeping.
Talking about Lapsley and Hull.
Yeah, I mean he stayed fit the first season. But if you look at one of the reasons he left Scunthorpe was because he was never fit. So maybe that's something that might come into it.
Concern that you don't want him being injured because he'll be a top earner. He'll be one of our top.
I would still give him one of my top deals, so I wouldn't break the bank because of the injury record.
I don't think he'll be here. I'd say green.
I don't.
I think he'll go somewhere else.
It would be a pleasant surprise if he stays, but you have to say green just because he scores goals.
Yep.
Lewis Collins, I don't think we need to discuss because I think it's quite clear that he's gone from social media.
It's quite sad.
I'm really sad because Lewis Collins, I really, really liked him in National League. Some of this didn't happen with him, with Johnson, I guess, or personal circumstances in football. And he was a really, really good player, but he was an absolute shadow of it last year. And the way he went out at Taunton is just
some of the stuff that I heard that, can't confirm it or anything, but from what I've heard from a few people, he's been done so badly, and I do hope to see him in football again. But I hope he's successful whatever he does.
When he arrived, when he arrived, I loved his work rate. I'm not the cynic because he's always really good for me on Football Manager, but I loved his work rate. I loved just like sort of fresh, wasn't it? It was a player we needed at the time. He was a really good striker as well, I thought. But that shows a categorical failure of the management staff of last season. So
it's one of those good motivation to get them going, doesn't it? You can't.
So it is a red, but I mean, it looks like it's.
I think he was one of those players we all agree was potentially going to be one of the big stars for us. Yeah. Sadly, it's not come to roost. But good luck, Lewis.
Yeah, good luck.
Brad Ash, green. Right, move on. Brett McGavin.
Can I say that? Can I say Brad Ash?
I will say green.
Brad Ash, right? We said it before. Look, he missed some sitters last season. I won't forgive him for Western Supermare. Well, I have, because we don't mean anything now. But like the way he works hard, right? Which is not the main thing. The fact that he scored 14 non-penalty goals in a poor team that didn't, as Chris will say, play to his strengths, and his positional sense is absolutely brilliant. The amount of chances he gets, he just needs to stop snatching. I know that's where a lot of his goals from, his quick turn finish, but this amount of like that last game, the 5-0, he scored a great goal. He missed like 3 open goals or something at the end.
I think in a good team with confidence, he'd be a real good player.
He's getting 20.
Yeah. I think as a player, isn't he? But he's good enough at this level.
And just those pot shots he takes, just needs to strike it a bit different. But I think right management, I feel like we only saw a bit of Brad Ash last year, and to score 14 goals is no disgrace.
Yeah. I think that's 2 years in a row he scored goals in a crap team, isn't it? As well.
Yeah, he scores goals.
The ball quicker, then that would be the biggest thing for me. He's too slow on the ball to do anything.
Yeah, and being off some of the flicks in transition as well, it doesn't work. But once you get that part, look him at Taunton away, the amount of times for those at the game won the ball and it's
ran
so good.
and ran.
Yeah, I love it.
Brett McGavin.
Oh,
green. It's not even up for debate.
It's got to be a green because
player that can score goals like that. You've got to.
But Paul White wants teams to play to run. But if he can get him working in the right role in that midfield, he is invaluable. So it's a green.
I'd say amber myself because
he's really good at Taunton as well.
Because you have to build the team around him a little bit, and I'm not sure I necessarily want players like that. And I'm not. I
would give him. I'm
not sure Paul Watson would want players like that. He maybe wants harder workers, people who are quicker up and down the pitch.
But when you've got a player that can score goals like that, surely you want them.
Yeah,
he can play.
I still think it's a hindrance, though. It just doesn't. Unless you've got a pacey midfield, I just don't see other than scoring bangers every 7 or 8 games.
What we didn't have in this team, which he would benefit from, is runners.
Yeah.
we didn't have enough runners getting forward, so that he doesn't need to do as much.
Yeah.
Try
And
and do
did
as much. If
improve.
you've got
He
runners
did
to get up and
improve.
down, he
Mm.
doesn't need he doesn't need a
other
massive
teams'
work rate.
midfielders were all mobile though, weren't they? He didn't have
Yeah.
slow people in them. So
Yeah.
why
That Taunton
you have to
game
have a
was the
slow
best
person?
That Taunton game was the best
won
Brent McGavin I've seen at
He won the
Taunton
ball so
United,
much.
so-
Yeah.
He won the ball so much.
It's
And
an
I
asset
second
for me,
manager.
What did I describe him as, Swanee, in that Taunton game? Modern day Iniesta, I think it was.
Yeah, well, no, that's why you said it in that Kings Lynn interview that he's the non-league Busquets or something. So it's like, I do
Amazing.
like the guy.
Interesting to see him work with him because he
Yeah.
seems a laid-back individual, doesn't he?
He's a character.
He
I
had
feel
plenty
like
of bad days away from home last
the
year.
right manager, if Wilson's got the emotional intelligence with bigging him up to do, it seems like you do. I think he could really get something out of Brett McGavin.
Yeah.
I'll
Finley
say
Crask.
Amber for me, so.
All right. Well, it's got to be Reds. It's a shame.
Red.
Because
Fitness
when
again,
I
innit?
saw him pre-season, I thought he was a terrific player.
I
I saw
remember
him as
Swanee.
like,
Oh my god.
I saw him as a midfielder and like a number 10. Why he's been stuck playing left back in a 4, getting bullied, or centre back in a 3, and I'm like,
When he did
he's
play
a central
in the second
midfielder.
half of the season, he didn't have any confidence, did he?
Yeah.
He's essential. He probably don't have confidence in his legs or whatever, but he didn't have. He's a central midfielder going forwards. But so I feel we never saw Finley Crask, and that's a huge shame. Huge shame. But it's got to be red because of the fitness and starting and the injuries and all that. So it's a big shame, but great player.
Dwayne Euphoria Chimpong. Red.
Love Dwayne.
Dean
but
Moxey.
he was there for a purpose. Oh,
That Hereford
player.
debut said it all.
what Dean Moxey?
Yeah.
Moxey,
Moxey, Green.
yeah, green.
Green. He
Definitely got
got
another
through
season.
40 games, got another season, absolutely superb professional. But on Dwayne, that he come in, he worked hard, but it was just a quick, easy signing, and I love the guy.
I'd say Amber just because he's going to be 39, he's close to 40. I just don't know if I necessarily want to see these older players hobbling along for another season. But if he stays,
I agree.
He's good enough.
behind it.
He's good enough.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, I want his character in the dressing room as well.
Yeah.
Like, I know we said that.
I like
I want a
it. I
character
like
who
it.
can be there. Yeah.
If it was the choice of Asa or Mox, who would you have?
Oh,
That's a good one.
Moxie easily. Yeah.
Moxie, because he played more games, I think.
Yeah, Moxie,
but then-
yeah.
Which
Moxie
is
offers more
why
to the team still
which is
now.
why I would still have him as green. I think his
You
experience is.
know,
It's
Asa
just
Hall
his
will be off
mind.
for 2 or 3 months, won't he? If he's injured, he's off for months, isn't he? So you can just lose him.
It's just
Yeah.
in his mind. Like, he's a Premier League player, Championship player in his mind. That's what Moxie is. It's ridiculous.
And having bumped into him at a football tournament the other week where both of our sons were playing in, he's bang up for it. A great chat with him, lovely guy. He's bang up for staying on for sure.
Bless it.
There's a lot
much
to be
it
said
meant
in
to
our
him
situation.
the season. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
important. It's
absolutely,
important.
yeah.
The recruitment is that in case he's not going to play every game, so it's important that we do have a backup,
Have options. Yeah.
have options.
He's a
This is
Southwest
where we were
footballing
lacking last
legend.
year. That's where
He's
Gary
a Southwest
Johnson got it wrong
footballing
last
legend.
year. He just didn't have a backup.
No. Mox is a Southwest footballing legend. He should be, imagine that this is what you can do if you start in the Southwest, albeit up the road, start in the Southwest, and this is what you can do in your career path, and then you can come back and still be seen down here. His career is exceptional, indeed,
And
Moxie.
he'd be a good ambassador for the football club as well. So
exactly. And I feel Asa Halls would have been, sadly, injuries has always been with him in football because Asa was a terrific player. But so go on. Yeah, green for Moxie.
Okay. We're going to start running out of time here. Love it. No, red.
No, because
Doesn't dominate the box enough for keeper.
He doesn't dominate the box, no.
I might say Amber, but I'm really not bothered
Right.
either way. He could be a decent backup.
that Yeovil home game. No, I don't even. That Yeovil home game. I think he's got ability. He needs to get out and play games. He needs to get out and play games, even if he drops a tier. Get out, play games, get that confidence, get that match sharpness and authority back, and then you can. I'm not having this. Good number 2. He needs to play games.
No, that's fine.
No,
I don't really mind, to be honest, on him.
I'll say Amber. I think
I thought that Yeovil game showed it all for me. He can't. His confidence. It's a shame. It's a confidence. I think it's a really good keeper, but it's his confidence. He falls. He just. It's there. It's not in his mind. I can see it. He doesn't know what to do with himself in that because it's really hard.
He's not got a big presence, is he? He's quite a slim keeper. He hasn't got a lot of oomph about him. That's the trouble.
He's
He'll make a few mistakes, but he's not got a lot of clout about him.
He needs to play games and build himself.
If he stays and he's a number 2, that's fine with me. If he goes, I'm not bothered either way.
Yeah,
so
it's the same, Tom. Yeah.
Ollie Tomlinson.
Amber or grey.
Yeah.
Because again, he's a Southwest
but
boy.
again, but with Tomlinson, he's a West, and we've put 2 years into him. And if you're going to get rid of him, you've got to get somebody who's better than him. And I'm verging on Green. I think he had some
Version on
shockers
Green. He has some shockers,
towards the end
but
of
if he
last season.
gets
But actually, we've
proper
put 2 years
coaching,
of work into him as a football club. So actually, if he
he's
stays,
got ability.
played under,
He just needs
he's played
to
under
play in the
Watford
right
Truro
team.
on loan as well, hasn't he? So
Yeah,
that's going to come into it as well.
I'm actually going to go Green. Yeah,
Yeah, I
go
think
Green.
so.
See,
I'm talking myself into Green.
I'm veering the other way. I'm sort of amber, but leaning towards red.
He had a few shocking months when he got targeted.
Yeah.
So
I
I
would want to see a bit more now next season if if he's still with us. I'd like to. I think he's.
I'm not giving a first team wage. It's got to be
No.
squad.
I was going to say he's probably be a good cheap option to have. I think I said that last year anyway. But some of his performances were pretty poor, and maybe a new manager can get the best out of him. I don't know, but again,
I'd say
if he
Green
stays,
on
great.
because he's got a decent attitude. I think we saw good signs from him at the start.
He's really good at that Taunton game as well.
We put a bit of time in him now, and so if it's a cheaper option, I'd
and
say
the Wootton link, Plymouth, Wootton, Truro link, all that. Yeah, I think
I think if he stays, I wouldn't be too bothered. If he goes, I don't think I'd be bothered either. So.
Same with a lot of them, isn't it? Yeah. Callum Thomas, I'd say it's very similar. I'd like to see us keep him because he's a product of the academy, isn't he? And I think
every time I've seen him, he's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Against Plymouth, that friendly, he had him in his back pocket, their winger. I think
needs to bulk up, doesn't he? But
I'd say Green, yeah.
I'd say Green, give him another
tackle.
year. You're not going to be paying a lot, are you? So as a backup option.
Keep around the squad, though.
Yep.
Jack Stubbs.
Sorry, it's a red, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I thought we had a really disappointing season.
He looked to me towards the end of the season if he was leaving. He just seemed to be stepping off. He wasn't getting.
It's an amber or red. The reason I say it because I thought he has really good work rate. I really like Jack Stubbs. I really like him. I like his character. You could tell that. But it's just that last delivery. It just was not good enough. I'm afraid. When you're a winger, I compare like the winger to like Mark Brighton, right? If you look at him at his best, he's not going to be the most tricky winger, but he will put the best ball in all game and he will work really hard. Jack Stubbs works hard, but sometimes he did get found out in that 3-5-2 when he's having to defend more. But the standard of crossing just wasn't good enough and output. It just wasn't good enough, I'm afraid. And you know, from a more senior quote player, it's really disappointing. The player that he was that first season. I thought we went backwards last season. I thought he was one of many players who come down, did all right in the National League, and then came down and just did not at all hit the ground running in the South. And just, I know it's not all the players' fault. If he was the Jack Stubbs that I thought he could be, I could see it happening.
Again, but like, I think he's another one. If we keep him, I'll say, okay, fair enough. Yeah, there's something in him.
Yeah,
he's got quality. And if he goes,
I won't give him first team wage though. I won't give him first team. No. I'll give him like squad regular starter.
I like Jack, but I think
I really like him. But you've got to be clinical in this thing. You've got to be clinical going forwards, and it also depends on what we can get.
And the formation will make a difference to him as well. Because he's not wing back.
Faster technical players as well, though. Just
I do agree.
Fast players.
I got the feeling as the season went on that I think he knew he wasn't going to. He was looking elsewhere. I'd say Amber. The brief moments that he did have when he was good.
He's got it in him.
But unfortunately, like everyone else has said, it's just not happened enough, and this crossing into the box has been dreadful for most of it. So Amber.
I'd say Amber as well, Tom. I'd agree with you on that. But he put a statement out very quickly into the season, and I felt like he's leaving, to be honest. But we shall.
He'll get a good North team.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure
Kev Dawson, never fit.
Fitness. What a player he was though in that first one. You can see why he's done it, but that's never fit.
Yeah. And the last one's Ethan Archer, which I think that's a pretty
the most solid
bright green
of all of them. The most solid green of all of them. That's the player we need going for. He's technical. He will get more end products. And I love his work rate. Does seem more end products, but
I've heard speculation that he won't be signed, but we shall see on that. But it's
he won't be signed, or he won't be signing.
He's not fancied by the new management. But,
but then I do also understand that if they want a proper like a winger to suit the formation, I also understand that he is defensively not aware enough.
He's young talent though, isn't he? Like he
can play off. I think it's great.
Good potential. Yeah, I keep him.
I definitely say Green. I spoke
to
him when he got hooked at the Welling away game after Marshall got sent off. Shock. You know, he likes the club, and the fans are behind him, and
He'll get a good career. I think he's got a decent career in him.
I give him a chance. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame that to lose Archer, but
But look, we've got to move. I still want us to be completely like radical with all this, even if it means you're a few months behind. I'm a big believer in any project or anything like this. Give me a few months being behind to be long term down the road, and that's what this football club needs to do.
Yeah.
But there are, if you look at it, there aren't many players, many clubs signing loads of players. So I don't think we're that far behind. And I think that things will happen quickly. Yeah, they're the only ones, aren't they?
Full time
Really?
again. Yeah, they're building a good team. But yeah, we just talk about what Torquay do. I say it's all about what Torquay do.
But we know the league won't be won or the positions won't be decided by August, September. So as long as we get the squad in and can build from it as the season goes on, there's plenty of time to work your way into a 46-game season. So it might take a little bit of patience to begin with.
We say loan players and all that, and we don't know what they've got plans for him. But would you take Jenkins Davies back on loan if that was the case?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's not robust enough. He wasn't physical enough. He scored.
He got better in the goal return.
His goal return was quite good, wasn't it? But
I think he got stuck in.
Well, yeah, okay, possibly. Yeah, possibly.
But fair enough. Yeah. I always want to go for permanent players first. So
absolutely,
it's an interesting one because it's just where to play him, isn't he? Because he's not. He's not big enough physically to be in the midfield battle as he gets out muscled. He wants to play behind the striker. You've got to find a place for him, and he's not really a winger. He's one of those guys who falls between positions. And I think that counted against him last season. He's a good lad.
Watson, I could see it. I could see him coming back. I could see him coming back on loan.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule him out coming back. He might do, and I
was comparing him to Randell, wasn't it? And Randell was a special talent for us, so it's always
that's his problem.
Tough boots to fill. But it just goes to show it's going to be a big rebuild over the summer. Just exciting times ahead. But
well, there we go. Thank you so much for joining me, you lot. And this has wrapped up season 3. We thought we'd get like the who would you keep on at the end of it. So we'll see you maybe next week or week after, depending on how things are going. We've got a few little bits in the summer planned as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So I mean, all positive. All positive my end, and good luck to if the players do leave what we're talking about, good luck to all of them. I'm sure, I really hope all the best. So yeah, and thank you for your service and all that. I know it hasn't worked out probably how we wanted, but yeah, and that's the end of that era now. Start of an exciting new era. Thanks again, of course, every person interact with us, every person that watch us, every person subscribes to us, everything, all the comments, Twitter, all over the place. It's great. Personal point of view, I've absolutely loved I've always loved Torquay, I've always loved community, so it's to be really part of it and meet a lot of people and recognize in real life now as well as on here and all this kind of stuff. It's been brilliant. I love talking like football club and love the community, and I'm so happy that it's been saved. And I can't wait for the future. I can't wait to see more smiley faces, hopefully going forwards, and I can't wait to hit 500 subscribers. So yeah.
But it's all about the camaraderie.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget, we've got some special guests coming up over the coming.
We do. Yes, very special guests. So, and finally, one big thing I'm going to do. I want you all to wave in a minute because I like to say a big goodbye to all the people that made us feel so miserable and frankly completely failed as football club and supporters. And we will say that they will never ever deserve to be brought up in that mouse in this Gull'S Live view ever again in Torquay club history. Goodbye. We won. See you in season 4.
Here's Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. He stays onside. Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Sells.